You think the punishment will teach your child a lesson and solve the behavior problem. But for how long and at what cost? Welcome to the Connect Method Parenting Podcast, where correction is out, connection is in, and your kids want to listen to you. I'm Andee Martineau, creator of Connect Method Parenting, here to help you stay calm, confident, and connected no matter what. Hey, everybody. It's CMP Book Club Day. This is part of a 15-part series where every Thursday I read you a chapter from my book, Connect Method Parenting. If you want a physical copy, you can grab one on Amazon, or if you're more of an audiobook kind of person, tune in each week and I will read it to you one chapter at a time. If you're catching this episode and haven't listened to any of the other CMP Book Club episodes, you can go back to 32 if you want to start at the beginning, or you can start in the middle and continue on with me. And don't forget to download the CMP Companion Book Guide at cmp.works/CWB. I've posted the link in the show notes, and that's going to help you integrate and implement what we talk about each week in the chapter I share with you. All right, let's do it. Chapter 11. C. Children need to feel seen and heard so they can feel safe and grow. C. Verb. Seeing is the art of connecting and establishing a working relationship with your child before moving on to any other step in seen and heard. The foundation. Having a strong connection with your child translates into them feeling good about themselves, feeling capable of learning, experimenting, loving, and being more vulnerable. It fosters inner confidence that holds strong even when things get difficult or challenging. When you feel connected to them, they are more likely to feel connected to you. Humans need to feel connected to other humans. Your children need to feel connected to you. Yes, it's a basic survival need like nourishment, shelter, water, and sleep. Children need to feel a steady stream of connection from you. It lays the foundation for them to learn, grow, and thrive. Connection is fragile. If you get frustrated and accidentally say something in a harsh tone or look at your child in an angry way, it's possible your child's sense of belonging and connection could break temporarily. This is normal, and it could happen multiple times a day. Being separated from your child physically is another way connection could be broken with your child. Separation due to school, a trip, or even sleeping at night can leave your child feeling disconnected from you, especially a sensitive one. Without meaning to, we adults do little things that seem harmless, like telling the kids to hurry up, getting on them to do their chores, or giving an ultimatum if they don't get off their phones. That all can create disconnection. You would never intentionally do anything that would disconnect you from your children. Unfortunately, you sometimes unintentionally contribute to the disconnection. Don't blame or shame yourself for any of it. If you feel like you've contributed to the disconnection, remember that you've been doing your best. We parents are simply humans who innocently do things from time to time that disconnect us from our children. Broken. As we pulled up to gymnastics, a girl was walking out crying. The fire truck pulled in right after us. Oh, shoot, this must be bad. I ran into the gym. My daughter was laying on the floor in tears. Her arm bent in a way arms shouldn't be bent. It was painful, urgent, and acute. Within minutes, the firefighters gave her medicine and splinted her arm so she could be transported to the hospital. Everyone knew she was in trouble and needed help ASAP. As a society, we are excellent at picking up and responding to the signals of a broken bone, but completely oblivious to the signals of a broken connection. Why? Maybe because it's harder to pick up on. The hurt of a broken connection is emotional, not physical. You can't take an X-ray and see it, even though it's just as real and painful as a broken bone. Maybe it's because we've been taught that the signals the brain sends out when the connection is broken, for example, tantrums, frustrations, off-track behavior, and attitudes, mean that the child is spoiled, rude, or ornery. We don't realize They actually mean the child is struggling and hurting. The child is sending out an SOS that he's in trouble. And instead of treating him ASAP for the pain he is feeling, we add to his suffering by ignoring, blaming, or denying the reality of his suffering. But the suffering and impact it has on your child is real. Connection breaks, and your child can't think. Her nervous system goes into fight or flight, and her higher thinking goes offline. The tantrum and attitudes begin because her nervous system has gone into protection mode. The result is a broken connection. She can't remember you love her. She forgets she loves you. She feels like everyone is against her. She goes into defense and attack mode. Her ability to make good decisions goes offline. She might blame you for how she's feeling. Her heightened nervous system prevents her from being able to relax. Her emotions are high and her thinking is low. She struggles to cooperate, be thoughtful, or kind. The bottom line is she doesn't feel safe right now. Think of it like this. Broken connection equals broken thinking. Here's the difference between a broken arm and a broken connection. We know what to do with a broken arm. We have no idea what to do with a broken connection. With a broken arm, society agrees they need to get help quickly so they can recover and heal. What society doesn't realize is that with a broken connection, they need the same thing. They need to get help quickly so they can recover and heal. Society has taught us to blame the child or believe he's manipulating us. We're taught to see the unruly behavior as evidence the child is purposely misbehaving or defying us. You've been taught to believe they have chosen to act this way, that your child is trying to make your life harder. You think they should do better because they know better, or because they told you they wouldn't do it anymore, or because they've done better in the past. Nothing could be further from the truth. The truth is, your child's natural state is one where he wants to cooperate with you. He wants to feel connected to those he loves and feels closest to. He wants to relax and have fun. He wants to learn and grow. But the broken connection puts his nervous system into high alert. He is in fight or flight mode and thinks he needs to protect himself. He doesn't feel safe and isn't able to cooperate, relax, or feel connected right now. As a parent, it's important to remember he's not doing this intentionally. Your child would never intentionally break his connection from those he loves the most, just as he would never intentionally break his own arm. He would never set out to feel overwhelmed by his emotions to the point that it distances him from those he wants to be closest to. Your child wouldn't intentionally be out of touch with his best self. It feels terrible to feel out of touch and out of control. A child becomes out of touch with their best self because of how their nervous system is impacted by situations happening outside of them. When your child's behavior is off track, come in close, get present, and see them. Stop what you are doing and meet them where they are. Come with no agenda, no distractions, and no judgments. See them and try to learn what's going on. Come close and get on their eye level. Get curious and observe the situation. Try to understand what's going on. Fill yourself with compassion and empathy. Connect for the sake of connection. If you're new to Connect Method Parenting, I have a great way for you to get started. I've created a free course that covers some of the biggest challenges parents are facing and how Connect Method Parenting solves them. In an hour, we're going to talk about why parenting is so hard, how to get your kids to want to listen to you, how to stop yelling and losing your cool, and become that calm, confident, connected parent for good. It's the fastest way to get started using connection as your go-to tool for influencing and impacting your kids. Go to cmp.works/course to get instant access today. Stop, drop, roll. Years ago, I started doing something I now call the stop, drop, and roll. I use it myself and have taught it to the parents I've worked with over the years. It breaks down how to see into 3 mini steps. When I was 7, the firefighters took 120 second graders into the big music room to teach us the stop, drop, and roll. We sat on the floor, forming a middle aisle where we literally rolled on the ground, demonstrating our new fire-safe skills. I loved it. So, it's no surprise that when I started doing the stop, drop, and roll in response to my child's emotional meltdown, I'd kick it off by laying on the floor to settle my brain down and mix up my nervous system. Moving your body while you do the stop, drop, and roll is a great way to interrupt the "they shouldn't be doing this" or "I need this to stop" kind of thought pattern. You're going to love the stop, drop, and roll. It saved many children from suffering the 3rd-degree emotional burns caused by me if I relapsed into lecturing, consequencing, or timeouting. I'm going to walk you through it. Imagine you're sitting at the kitchen table when you hear a fight erupt in the other room. Instead of letting your mind go crazy with stories about what's happening, you're going to practice the art of the stop. STOP is an acronym that stands for See the Other Person. See your child, don't fix your child. When you look at your children and you think they're being bad or naughty, you feel frustrated, upset, annoyed, or tired. Why? Because you believe your child is a problem to be fixed. You want the tantrum to stop, the toys to be put away, the homework done, the kids to get along. Been there, done that. You think if those things happen, things will be fixed. You think you'll be happy and peaceful. You think the punishment will teach your child a lesson and solve the behavior problem. But for how long and at what cost? Corrective parenting might tweak the behavior short term, but in the long run, it only works if you keep up with the consequences or rewards. Connect method parenting looks like not making their tantrum, unkind words, or defiant behavior mean anything about you or your child, and staying connected. If you reframe their bad mood, back talk, or messy room as information, then you can slow down long enough to see your child. When you slow down, you'll have time to ask yourself, what do I want to think about this situation or my child? What do I want to do? What will serve me and my child the best right now? I wonder what's going on. Maybe my child is struggling right now and needs me. I wonder why he's not feeling good right now. I wonder what their thinking is and why it causes off-track behavior. I wonder if he just wants to feel important. I wonder if she's feeling unsafe. Could it be possible he's just tired? How am I feeling right now? When you slow down and answer these questions, your focus will shift. You remember that what he or she did was developmentally appropriate and that nothing had gone wrong. Instead of reacting to their behavior, you'll take your time and respond in a calm, connected way. What you thought was attention-seeking behavior was really connection-seeking behavior. You'll see your child not as something to be fixed, but as a person to love, trust, and understand. Children don't need to be fixed. They need to be found. Found by us, seen by us, heard by us. The solution to misbehavior is to see them more, not less. To connect with them more, not less. The way we've been perceiving misbehavior causes more misbehavior. The change starts with us, not the children. Stop starts with us seeing the other person, meaning we take time to connect and see our child. We get close enough to look them in the eyes, to see if they'll look back at us. We take a moment to remind ourselves of what an incredible human our child is, and that he or she is doing the best they can. It starts with us giving them the benefit of the doubt and believing in their goodness. Step 2, drop. DROP is an acronym that stands for Don't React, Observe, Proceed. Firefighters know that the natural instinct for a human who catches on fire is to start running faster. They also know that moving faster adds critical oxygen to the fire,
So they teach us in that moment to drop. When we fall to the ground, we inherently force ourselves to slow down, and incidentally, we set ourselves up to roll. With Connect Method parenting, drop is about slowing down your reaction time between the stimulus and response. It's about letting go of your expectations and knee-jerk reactions. It's about having more time to observe and better understand what's happening before you decide how to proceed. The more you understand about the situation, the more empathy you'll have for your child and the situation. Empathy creates connection. The power of empathy. Empathy is so effective because we all want to be seen, heard, and understood. This is especially true for kids, who so often feel as if they aren't seen. How do you respond to your upset child when they've gotten upset about something that seems insignificant or silly to you? It may be hard to understand why they're getting upset. It's easy to dismiss what they are feeling. You think, it's not a big deal your sister touched you or that your Legos just got broken. My 6-foot blonde-haired nursing instructor taught me a valuable lesson in empathy. The patient is always right, she said. If they say their pain is an 8 out of 10, 10 is the highest, and the only injury you see is a paper cut, you believe them. No second guessing or judging allowed. You never know what else is going on. Same thing goes with our parenting. The child is always telling you their truth. It might seem like it's only a paper cut, but you never know what else is going on. When you show up with empathy, you are showing your child you are there to support them no matter what. You are reassuring them that there is nothing wrong with them. They are soaking in your support and love as you see them. Allow the tantrums and the upsets to cause you to observe instead of immediately trying to make them go away. Listen to them, come alongside with kindness and understanding. You'll be shocked what starts to happen. Step 3, roll. Roll is an acronym that stands for relax, open, listen, learn. Roll is about being the example of what you want to see in them. You can think role model if that makes it easier to remember. Don't try to teach them how to be caring. Show them how to be caring. Parenting is serious business. That's why it's so easy to start obsessing, worrying, and getting anxious about our kids' behavior. They need to learn to be kind, responsible, motivated, compassionate, determined, hardworking, etc. But they will learn it best by being shown, which means if you can relax, stay open, listen, and learn when they are at their worst, you will be teaching them more than any words, consequence, or reward ever could. Human beings tend to learn a lot through the example of others. Showing up and being caring, compassionate, responsible, kind, and motivated is more powerful than explaining it. Being the example of it in real life is the most powerful teaching. This is great news. You don't have to learn the right way to teach these values. Just work on embodying them and living them, and your kids will learn as they interact with you. You don't need to make big shifts to make a big difference. It starts by shifting something 1% a day. Over a year, this compounds into creating over 100% shift.
If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, come check out League, my Connect Method parenting coaching program, where we take this material and we apply it using my proven formula. Head over to cmp.works/join.